Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining from. It's evening for me here in Vienna. Good to see everybody here in the chat. Thanks for joining. Let me explain a little bit about what's going on here. So you heard a little remix of some Beethoven in the Countdown because I am currently in Vienna, and the drone shots of the castle were actually from Bratislava, where I was last week. So kind of mixed a little bit there. But yes, that was the castle from Bratislava. And I gave a sneak peek of those shots on the stream on Wednesday. I think that was Wednesday, when I visited the NX3D office where all of these stands are made. So that was the reason I went to a little excursion out from Vienna to Bratislava. It's just an hour train ride. It's not a big deal. But now I'm back here and in this hotel room. So we are going to chat a little bit about what's going on. Yeah, mellow yellow room light. This is the, I guess, incandescent bulbs in the room, and my camera is set to. I think we're back. Okay. Don't know what that was about. So, okay, before that happens again, let me explain what's going on here. I am in a hotel connected from the YoloBox over Wi-Fi to my travel router, which is connected to the hotel's Wi-Fi. Interestingly, I was seeing. I think we're back. Okay, so let me explain. The irony of this is that I actually did test this out before the stream yesterday. I tried this whole thing out yesterday from this room on the hotel Wi-Fi. Oh, I got two microphones on. There you go. There's only one. So I did actually test this all out yesterday on the hotel Wi-Fi from the YoloBox on my travel router, and I streamed for a solid 10 minutes with no problems. I was streaming to an unlisted YouTube video. Everything worked fine. It was it worked like flawless. So, pretty weird that suddenly today it's all different. Maybe there's more people in the hotel today, I'm not sure, but it was working. The reason that I was using the hotel Wi-Fi and not my phone is I also did a speed test before the stream from my phone. And turns out my internet here on my phone is not good. The speed test for my phone's connection, sadly, is great download, but terrible upload. So I can't even stream from the phone's connection like I normally do. So with that said, let's, oh yeah, I'm running the speed test now. So check this out. Great speeds down. That's perfectly acceptable from up here. Oh yeah, also you can see the view out the window. I'm pretty high up on the 13th floor right now. And then apparently it doesn't do upload from the browser. That's interesting. Anyway, I was getting like 500 megabits a second upload, so nothing, that's not even, I can't do anything with that. So, anyway, the rig that I wanted to show you is this. I made a mistake when I left the NX3D factory yesterday, and it turns out I left some of the parts, so I had to kind of improvise here. I left the Allen key, which I used to tighten these bolts, so I just had to hand tighten these. So they're not super, come on, focus. I know you can focus on that. There you go. I just had to hand tighten these, and that's not ideal, but it's hanging in there, and that's why this one's on the top, because I had to put the camera on the cold shoe mount here instead of with the actual small rig monitor mount, because I also couldn't get it's the same large Allen key for that bracket. So it works, and also good thing that this actually has all these cold shoe brackets on it, because otherwise I would have been completely out of luck with that little rig. So that's doing a good job. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to make myself some sort of packing list or something, because I apparently just didn't put all the parts back in my bag when I left, when I was packing up that table. So I need like a spare key or something. Yeah, cold shoes for the win. Okay, hopefully this isn't dropping too many frames here. I am sorry if it is. The Indio says yes, fast internet is sometimes scarce here. That's a bummer. 13th floor says it all. I mean, I've got solid Wi-Fi as far as I can tell, other than this. Also, the event that I'm here for actually set up their own Wi-Fi, which I can also see from up here, and they are networking geeks and just like run infrastructure throughout the hotel they take over for this week. I actually have a public IP address for my laptop from their network connection. Like, it's a publicly routable IP address, which is just not a thing you normally get on random Wi-Fi. So, yep, that's the story. Someday I'm going to plan ahead better and actually like find a cell service that I can know ahead of time that actually will provide decent upload speeds. But yeah. Oh, this is a good tip. My Peak Design tripod comes with the 2 sizes of Allen key, so if I bring the tripod, I have the tools. Is it like built into the tripod? Otherwise, I might just lose it too. Add a holder for a spare key on the handle. That is a good idea. I think I might need to do that, because yeah, I don't like losing the Allen key. I actually do have a little small rig bundle, so if I had brought that, that would have been a better plan. You should have 5G there if you would have an Austrian data plan. So I'm on one of those like eSIMs, which is a reseller of something here. I think I'm on, it's called 3AT. That's the one that is showing up in the corner of my phone, but it is one of those eSIMs, so I bought it in the US, installed the SIM on the phone, virtual SIM on the phone before I left. It's nice to have data when I land without having to go find a SIM, but yeah, I might need to actually go and figure that out for the next time I go somewhere. Which will be happening again soon, so I should get a chance to try it out. Magenta and A1 have built 5G network all over Vienna. Yeah, so I'm going to have to ask for some tips ahead of time to plan my next trip, which will be in Norway. So if anybody knows what I should get in Norway to get the best speeds there, let me know. This would be a great time. Oh, this is about the Peak Design tripod. It's attached to one of the legs of the Peak Design tripod. That is super cool. I love that. That is a fantastic idea. And yeah, maybe we should build it into this stand somewhere so that I can actually not leave it somewhere. So yeah, anyway, stream seems to be holding up okay right now. I'm still seeing some dropped frames on the YoloBox. Let's see if I can show you the screen without the stream cutting out. This is what I'm looking at right now. I'm seeing 24% drops right now. It's going down, which means I know that it's recovering. And then when I went completely offline, I saw that shoot up to 100 actually, and that was when I was totally offline. So that's how I can kind of see what's going on. And then also the comments are over here I'm looking at as they're coming in. Is your audio meter at the YoloBox deep yellow, almost red? Yeah, I usually try to keep it in the yellows when I'm talking and try not to make it red while I'm talking. And I think it sounds okay. I think it's the right levels. I was monitoring myself on the headphones before starting, and it sounded fine. Didn't sound distorted. So this is the Røde Wireless Go going into the camera. So going to the camera fed into the YoloBox. Rick says, I've been to Oslo many times, never had trouble with cell or internet speed. Service is not very good in more rural areas, except near the center of smaller cities. Yeah, see, I'm going to be in Trondheim, which is not a big city, and cross your fingers that I have good internet there. Oh, this is a great tip. The fandom former wiki has a list of prepaid SIMs for most countries with comparisons and limitations. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go check that out because it's gonna be Trondheim, which is not a big city, I guess. With any luck, I'll be able to do a stream from there as well. So, okay, sounds good. Audio level is good, people are saying, which is great. So, okay, let me also talk about what I was trying to do with the streaming setup here that ended up not working out. I mentioned earlier, I did actually test this whole setup yesterday. So I set this whole thing up, connected my YoloBox to my travel router, got my travel router on the Wi-Fi, the hotel Wi-Fi, did a stream to a YouTube video for 10 minutes and it was solid. Before that, I had actually tried to push from this to my home, to my studio, because I wanted to run the stream that way, where it's streaming to the studio, and then I can bring in the chat messages that way, and that makes it so they all get indexed automatically and stuff. Right now, I'm not doing that, so I'm streaming directly from the YoloBox right now, not at all using any of my normal stuff. This is just bare bones YoloBox, 2 cameras, and that's it. Comments are being shown from the YoloBox. Countdown music was from the YoloBox. I had wanted to do the sort of normal run the show through my pipeline at the studio to let me, because what it does is when I click on chat messages to show them, it actually logs it, and that's how it gets into that search index, which you can go search through all the chat messages in the streams. If you go to mpk.tv slash, oh gosh, which one is it? I have too many. The problem is I have too many of these little searchy things, and I'm trying to consolidate them. Anyway, it's at the bottom of just aaronpk.tv. It's the live stream Q&A. There it is, /questions. I'll just drop this in the chat. So that link is, that's basically a list of all the live streams I've done, and if you click into them, you can see what questions we've talked about from the chat, which is a super cool feature, but it only works when I run my chat through my normal system. Anyway, long story short, that didn't work. It didn't work at all. I was having major issues trying to push from here to my studio. So it was stuttering every like 5 seconds. It was just dropping off. So I don't really know why, but I guess I'm not that surprised. It's an RTMP connection going from, point to point, so not going into a data center anywhere like I'm like streaming to YouTube would be. So then, yeah, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just go from the YoloBox. And then I realized that I had to do a couple things differently because I'd already created the stream on YouTube, which creates it gives it the URL, and that's where you can push the RTMP stream to. But the YoloBox doesn't actually let you push to an existing stream. You have to create the stream on the YoloBox. I'm trying to get them to update that so it can pull from existing events, because I want to go update the thumbnail, obviously, and the description all on the computer. So I had to switch it, and I had to go create the stream from the YoloBox, then go edit it in YouTube Studio to add all the metadata. So feature request for YoloBox, I want to be able to pull up an existing stream from my account, a scheduled stream from my account, and stream to that. I will send this to them a proper way, not just shout on my stream about this. But anyway, I did that, it worked, and I was able to then push from this to the actual YouTube stream, and this is just going directly to YouTube now. Marcin says, tried Speedify using both LTE and Wi-Fi. The LTE honestly had such crap bandwidth, I don't think it would have made any difference, really. There wasn't enough in it to really help at all. Sven says, hey, you won't guess where I am at the moment. Are you in Vienna? Because that would be pretty cool. I am actually here all week, so yeah. Well, maybe we can make a little meetup happen. Which travel router are you using now? Is there a newer, better one available? I am using actually the one that I've had for quite a while, which is the GL.iNet. Did I link it? I tried to link everything I was using in this into the description. I may not have actually linked it. It is the GL.iNet Slate. So it's not the new one, not the newest one. It is, let me get that link. And I've been using these for a while, so I have several of them. But yeah, it's the one called Slate, and the link is somewhere. Don't know why that didn't find it. Here's the link, GL.iNet Slate, and yeah, it works fine. I think there is a newer version with faster Wi-Fi on it, but honestly, I don't think it matters for this. Here is the link. There is a newer version, yeah. Keith says, I wanted to say a public thanks for your chat pop-out Chrome plugin, your demo videos as well. I'm glad you're using them. You're very welcome. Oh, MT says, Telenor covers most of the city of Trondheim, mostly along the main streets. Cool. Okay, I'll have to check that out. There was a lady in white. Yes, that is Lily. We're doing her stream after this, and we're doing mine first so that everything can go wrong on mine, because we would like for less things to go wrong on her stream. So we'll do that next, and so far things are more stable. Definitely not perfect. Hopefully it's acceptable. Sven says, Vienna is on my list for this year, just the usual on a high-speed train somewhere in Germany. Oh, nice. Okay. I took a regular speed train from Vienna to Bratislava and back. Oh, okay. So I also wanted to mention how I did the countdown timer, because that was slightly unusual for the YoloBox. The YoloBox has a countdown timer feature built in, but it does basically this. So you can create this little spinner thing, give it a custom time, and it'll run the countdown. But as you can see, it's overlaying it on whatever video feed is selected. So if I wanted to not have it show me, because I don't want to be on the stream yet, I might oh, now it's getting too dark out, so this isn't really going to look good. But I might, do like the shot of the city out the window or something, and then let the countdown run out, and then when the countdown runs out, it just goes away, and it just clears out. Whatever's on the stream behind it shows through. But there's also no music associated with this. So I wanted countdown music, which meant I would have had to essentially play a video clip, because there's no music playback on the YoloBox. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to play a video clip, then I might as well, and I want it to be timed right, I might as well render out a whole video of the countdown sequence. So that video clip I threw together real quick with the built-in text timestamp feature in Resolve, and then it's just my thumbnail for the show with a little countdown timer, and then at the end of the timer, I added the drone footage, and I just inserted that into the same file. So that's just all one file, and then that's loaded into the YoloBox, and it's loaded as an SD card video in there in one of the slots, and then I can go ahead and actually play that, and then when it runs out, it actually loops. So there is a gap after that, and just empty space, so that gives me a chance to cut to myself live. So that is how, and here's the timer done. So that's how that, so I didn't use the built-in timer for the beginning of the show. I used a video clip that I just played through. So some more feature requests I'm going to send to YoloBox to be able to better use the built-in tools to run that stuff, where I need to switch the video, switch the audio, do a couple of things all at once in order to start a show, right? So yeah, hopefully they can take that feedback into account. And since it is an app that gets regular updates, hopefully they can get the updates out. Yeah. Did I take a Railjet? How did I like it? It was it a Railjet? It was, now I don't remember. It was two different companies going there and back, and I can't remember which one was which now. But it was very nice. It was a pleasant trip. Yeah. I actually also installed your Chrome plugin recently. Had a few issues with disconnects on Chromecast due to Wi-Fi interference. Sorted it with a Chromecast Ultra and wired LAN. It's super cool that the Chromecast has a wired option. I'm really glad that that's like possible now, because yeah, the Wi-Fi definitely can be glitchy with those, and you'll notice that you might see some compression artifacts too in the actual image that gets sent, because it's like a compressed video feed that it's pushing. Yeah. Oh, Lily says it was a Railjet both times. Cool. Okay, I'm glad she remembers. Well, cool. I hope this, I hope even with the little technical glitches at the beginning of the stream, it wasn't a total disappointment. I would like to figure out a more stable solution for doing streams from hotels, since I seem to be back on the road a fair bit now already and have trips booked out till like July. So thankfully not all of them are actually on Sundays. A lot of them don't cross over Sundays. I'm trying to avoid that if possible, but when it's something like this where it takes so long to get from Portland over to Europe, it makes sense to kind of spend a little bit more time over here. And I am very excited I was able to visit the NX3D office last week. Thankfully, they had great internet there. They had super solid internet, so that was not even a concern. That worked great. But yeah, the wireless is just always a problem. So we will sort that out. Sven says, took the Railjet recently from Munich to Budapest. It's a solid train, just missing the high-speed lines in Austria. Bummer. Yeah. Well, honestly, it didn't even feel that long, an hour on the train. It was perfectly fine. Well, cool. Okay, so that's what I just wanted to share this setup today and talk a little bit about some of the YoloBox features and some of the things that I am looking forward to them adding in the YoloBox. Oh, Clifford says, do any hotels offer wired Ethernet in the rooms these days? So, there is a jack here, and I tested it, and it sadly was not live. Also, this conference, I have seen them in the past actually rewire all the Ethernet jacks in their rooms to run into their own network. And they apparently didn't do it for this event, but that would have been fun. Global SIMs for IRL live streamers exist, but they usually come at quite a premium. Yeah, I might have to just try that for the next trip, because I may be in rural Norway. Can you show the YoloBox setup, including sound? Yeah, let me do another quick tour of this. Hopefully it doesn't break the stream with the extra bandwidth required for encoding. So first of all, this is my second camera, which is the Sony ZV-E10 with the Hollyland 400S. I like this one because it has the built-in cold shoe, so you don't need anything extra to attach it to the camera. And then that's broadcasting to the receiver on the back here. So let me go around the back. Get that looking right. So around the back, the receiver is attached to the cage. And so again, the cold shoe makes it really easy to just attach. And then giant battery for that. That's plugged into the input 2. The main camera is plugged in with a short HDMI cable, micro to regular size HDMI on that. The camera is not mounted the way I normally mount it. Normally I like to mount it with the small rig bracket bolted straight into the metal, but I left my Allen key at the NX3D office. And then, so instead I had to move this side handle up to the top and then attach it with this little cold shoe thing. So I also can't tilt the camera, which is a little bit unfortunate. I have to tilt the whole thing, but it seems to be fine. I just lowered it to eye level. This is essentially exactly at my eye level right now. So then I've got these two Aputure MC lights, which are now doing quite a lot of work because the outside is completely dark. So if I turn these lights off, and you'll see how much light there is in the room now. Now it looks like hotel lights. So that makes it look a lot better. Before the sun went down, the sunlight from the outside was doing a decent job of lighting me. And then for sound, I'm wearing the transmitter for the Røde Wireless Go II. The receiver is clipped on the back here. So the receiver is just attached to one of the other cold shoes on the cage and then runs into the camera. I like to run it into the camera when I can because that means it is going to be in sync with this camera. I don't have to worry about compensating for it in the YoloBox or whatever. So yeah, that's the rig in front of me. Like I said, I had to hand tighten all the screws on it because I left the Allen key, so it's kind of just hanging in there, but it seems to be doing fine. Oh, there is a headphone jack, so I can actually monitor the audio mix, and that's how I was testing the countdown timer and stuff at the beginning. And then, oh, I also, because I left the Allen key, I couldn't attach. Oh, I also left the plate that goes onto the bottom. I left so many things there. So the bottom is actually, the lighting is, I don't have another light. This is actually attached into the YoloBox tripod screw on the tripod. Normally I would have put the plate on the back of the cage, which makes it a little bit easier to deal with, but I left the little cheese plate at the office too. So, oh well. Oh well. Sometimes hotels have two Wi-Fi's, are restricted for public and a more high speed you have to pay a small fee for, sometimes more like a huge fee. Yeah, the prices for these are usually just out of control, but at some point, maybe it's worth it. There are price buttons at the YOLO comment options. What does that mean? Oh, that is for the super chats, which, speaking of, I saw a super chat come in and I scrolled right by it. Let me see if I can find it. This was an update they launched last week or so, and let's see. It was from Robert, and I'm trying to find it in the. Oh yeah, okay. I think they didn't. This feature wasn't quite ready. It's not showing up in the YoloBox. It's supposed to show up in the YoloBox so I can show it on the screen, but it's not actually in here. So I will report that bug to them as well. Anyway, Robert Harvey says, enjoy an Aperol Spritz on me. Thank you very much. I will definitely do that. Thanks for the super chat. And sorry I can't show it on the screen. Christopher says, can they send them to you since you left so much stuff behind? I mean, it was an Allen key and a cheese plate. It's not like the end of the world. But yes, I'm going to be getting another shipment from them of stuff at some point. So I will see if I can get that cheese plate back. So whatever, Allen keys are a dime a dozen. I don't really care about it that much. Okay, well, we got some other good questions in here. Drew says, have you tried using the iPhone as your primary camera? Effectively, yes, but not really intentionally because it is just always on me. So as I'm walking around, I'm just taking pictures on this because it's so quick to pull out and take a picture compared to getting the other camera out of my bag. And I'm not super happy about it because the other cameras are better, like the ZV-E10 and the ZV-1 that I have with me are better than the iPhone for most things. And the pictures would look better if I were to use those. But I take more pictures on this because it's right here. Yeah. There's some, oops, I accidentally clicked that one. There's some discussion happening here about the foldable Starlink. That would be fun. The dish is fairly compact and folds flat for transport, but not small. The package will be medium suitcase size. Oh, that's way too big. I'm not going to carry that around. No, I'm trying to travel with as little as possible for this stuff, and honestly, the amount of stuff I've brought just for this is about the most I would want to bring. I only have a regular size rolling suitcase and a backpack, like a relatively small backpack, and everything fits in that, so it's pretty good. A little bit less stuff, but I'm pretty okay with the amount of stuff I've got here. But I would definitely not want to bring another half suitcase full of gear. Okay. Well, cool. Stream seems to be holding up okay now, but we're going to wrap it up here. I think I've chatted about everything I wanted to. If you do want to get one of these stands, they are available right now again. So PK1.tv is the place to find those. That is where we've got these cages for sale, which again, that was why I went to go visit Bratislava, was to go visit the place that these are made. And it, as you can see, is doing a great job of letting me attach all sorts of crap to the YoloBox, which otherwise would have been very awkward. And normally, if you actually attach it right, you don't have these screws sticking out because you have a tool to actually screw them in all the way. Yeah, I'll be back again. I'll be back again Sunday for a regular stream. With any luck, I'll be able to get home successfully and my flight won't be delayed or things like that. I won't get stuck here for any reason. So hopefully I'll be back in the studio with my gigabit internet and feeling very spoiled by it, and everything will go fine. Have you considered using I assume you mean Mevo. I have considered it, and maybe what I will do is just bring those on the next trip just for fun and see what happens. Those stream through the phone's connection, Wi-Fi or cell connection, so we'll see what I can get my phone, what speeds I can get my phone. Are the Mark III stands for the A10 Mini ready? Those are going to launch at the end of the month, so so close. And if you're wondering what we're talking about, go check the last stream because I gave a sneak peek of those at from the NX3D. Cool. Okay. Drew says, so helpful. I'm streaming Tuesday from Dubai with the YoloBox. Wow. Sounds like fun. Good luck. Definitely, yeah, practice the intro, I would say, is my biggest tip, because it does take a bit of work to get the intro timing right, of like hiding a graphic or turning your audio on, whatever you're doing for that. And practice that. And definitely, because you don't have a lot of options for externally automating the YoloBox right now. So also write to them and ask them for that, because I really want them to add external control so that we can script some of that and automate more of that away. The next frame revisions may need a hex key storage slot. I agree. Graham says, interesting contrast of backgrounds in some of your recent streams at hotels. It doesn't even look slightly trashed. Yeah, no, this is an actual hotel, not my house that I'm tearing apart. Yes, we do want an API for it. Okay, cool. We're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you all for joining. I'll be back same time next week, but for everybody in Europe, it's gonna be back to the normal time, but different from today, because daylight savings time again is changing in Europe now next Sunday. So we'll be back to sometime. Subscribe to the email list, which is linked below, because that gives you an email 30 minutes before I go live, and that way you won't actually miss it. And in case it's an hour off for whatever reason, you'll get the notification on time. So cool. Yeah, thank you for the super chats. Sorry for all the technical glitches at the beginning, but it looks like we made it through it. And I will see you all next time.